Welcome to Theater But Better's live reading of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Woo!
So, we will go around, we will say who we're playing, and then we will get going on this magical adventure. So, let's start off. Mar, who are you playing this evening?
I am playing Ollivander and Snape.
Nice. You're also the centaur.
Yeah, fire ants and a girl, but I just assumed.
Yeah, gotcha. Maddie, who are you playing this evening?
I'm playing Snake, Goblin, Mrs. Weasley, Madam Hooch, and Lee.
Nice. Rebecca, who are you playing?
I am Aunt Petunia, Seamus, Grip Hook, and then I think a man in a painting.
Nice. David, who are you playing this evening?
Hagrid.
Love it. Gabby, who are you playing this evening?
I am playing Neville Longbottom.
Maggie, what are you doing this evening?
I am narrating.
Love it. Madison, who are you playing?
McGonagall and Flint.
Summer, who are you playing?
Witch, Filch, and Percy and Jenny Weasley.
Kat, who are you playing?
Oliver Wood, Nearly Headless Nick, and a couple assorted others.
Katie, who are you playing?
I am George, the trolley lady, and the sorting hat.
Percy, who are you playing?
I am Dudley Dursley, but more importantly, Draco Malfoy.
Amazing. Liz, who are you playing?
The one, the only, Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore.
Michelle, who are you playing?
I am playing Professor Quirrell and possibly somebody else. Who knows?
Austin, who are you playing?
I am playing Vernon Dursley and Ronald Weasley.
Bridget, who are you playing?
I am playing the one and only Hermione Granger.
And I am playing the boy who lived, Harry Potter. So, if everybody has the script and is ready to go, let's head to Hogwarts. If you're not in scene 1, get on out of here.
A neighborhood on a street called Privet Drive. An owl sitting on the street sign flies off to reveal a mysterious appearing old man walking through a forest near the street. He stops at the start of the street and takes out a mechanical device and zaps all the light out of the lampposts. He puts away the device and a cat meows. The man, Albus Dumbledore, looks down at the cat, which is a tabby and is sitting on a brick ledge.
I should have known that you would be here, Professor McGonagall.
The cat meows, sniffs out, and the camera pans back to a wall. The cat's shadow is seen progressing into a human. There are footsteps and Minerva McGonagall is revealed.
Good evening, Professor Dumbledore. Are the rumors true, Albus?
I'm afraid so, Professor. The good and the bad.
And the boy?
Hagrid is bringing him.
Do you think it's wise to trust Hagrid with something as important as this?
Ah, Professor, I would trust Hagrid with my life.
There is a motor sound, and the two professors look up to see a flying motorcycle coming down from the air. It skids on the street and halts. A large man, Rubius Hagrid, takes off his goggles.
Professor Dumbledore, sir. Professor McGonagall.
No problems, I trust Hagrid.
No, sir. Little Tyke fell asleep just as we were flying over Bristol. Try not to wake him. There you go.
Hagrid hands a baby in a blanket over to Dumbledore.
Albus, do you really think it's safe leaving him with these people? I've been watching them all day. They're the worst sort of muggles imaginable. They really are.
The only family he has.
They stop outside of a house.
This boy will be famous. There won't be a child in our world who doesn't know his name.
Exactly. He is better off growing up away from all that until he is ready.
Hagrid coughs and sniffles. He is crying. He clears his throat.
There, Hagrid. It's not really goodbye after all.
Hagrid nods. Dumbledore takes a letter and places it on the baby, who is now at the foot of the door. The baby has a visible lightning bolt-shaped scar on his forehead.
Good luck. Harry Potter.
The camera pans into the scar and the opening title shows. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Almost 10 years after the Dursleys' home, the camera pans on a sleeping boy, almost 11, with a lightning bolt-shaped scar on his forehead. There is a click and knocking. Outside, a tall woman, Petunia Dursley, raps the door.
Up. Get up. Now!
A large, tubby boy, Dudley Dursley, suddenly comes running down the stairs above the closet. He stops halfway down and goes back, jumping on the staircase.
We're going to the zoo!
Dudley laughs, coming down the stairs and runs for the kitchen. The boy, Harry Potter, tries to come out of the closet, but is pushed back in by Dudley. Petunia is in the kitchen, where Dudley has gone.
Oh, here comes the birthday boy.
A larger man, Vernon Dursley, is sitting at the kitchen table.
Happy birthday, son.
Petunia and Dudley giggle together. Harry comes into the kitchen, dressed in rags.
Why don't you cook some breakfast and try to burn anything?
Yes, Aunt Petunia.
He sets to work.
I want everything to be perfect for my Dudley special day.
Hurry the fuck up. Bring me my coffee, boy.
Yes, Uncle Vernon.
Petunia leads Dudley over to the family room where there are a vast amount of presents. Dudley stares.
How many are there?
36, counting them myself.
36? But last year I got 37!
Yes, well, some of them are quite bigger than last year.
I don't care how big they are.
Oh, now. This is what we're going to do, is that when we go out, we're going to buy you 2 new presents. How's that, Pumpkin?
Outside, morning. The happy family is heading to the car. Harry goes to get in, but is stopped by Vernon.
This will be a lovely day at the zoo. I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm warning you now, boy. Any funny business, any at all, and you won't have any meals for a week. Get in.
The zoo. The family is in the reptile house, looking at a large boa constrictor.
Make it move.
Vernon wraps the glass of the cage.
Move!
Dudley wraps the glass much harder, and Vernon winces.
Move!
He's asleep.
He's boring.
Dudley and his parents retreat to another enclosure. Harry is left with the snake.
Sorry about him. He doesn't understand what it's like. Lying there, day after day, having people press their ugly faces in on you.
The snake looks up and blinks.
Can you hear me?
The snake nods.
It's just, I've never talked to a snake before. Do you talk to people often?
The snake shakes his head.
You're from Burma, aren't you? Is it nice there? Do you miss your family?
The snake turns its head into the direction of a sign which says, "Bred in captivity."
I see. That's me as well. I never knew my parents either.
The now awake snake has attracted Dudley's attention. He rips over to the cage, knocking Harry to the floor.
Mummy, Dad, come here. You won't believe what the snake is doing.
Dudley puts his hand on the glass wall. Harry, from the ground, glares at him. Suddenly, the glass disappears. Dudley rushes forward.
Ah!
Dudley falls into the snake enclosure, sputtering in a pool of water. The snake gets out of the exhibit, stopping in front of Harry.
Time.
The snake starts off.
Snake! Snake!
There's a lot of screaming as the snake heads for freedom. Dudley gets up to go out, but the glass is now back over the enclosure. He is stuck. He pounds the glass.
Mom? Mommy? Oh! Help me!
My darling boy! How did you get in there?
Vernon glares down at him, and Harry's grin disappears. Petunia continues screaming. How did you get it?
How did you get in there? Dursley! Dursley!
Back of the Dursleys, Petunia and a bundled up Dudley come in.
It's all right. It's all right.
They disappear around the corner. Harry and Vernon enter. Vernon slams the door and shoves Harry up against the wall, taking his hair.
Ah!
What happened?
I swear I don't know. 1 minute the glass was there and then it was gone. It was like magic.
Ugh. There's no such thing as magic.
Outside, sometime later, an owl flies by the house and drops a letter, which zooms in the letterbox. It lands away from the house and hoots. Harry, inside, goes to collect the mail. He sorts through the letters and sees his, addressed to him. He goes into the kitchen, hands Vernon the rest of the mail, and walks around the other side of the table to see his letter.
Marge is ill. Ate a funny wilk.
Dad, look! Harry's got a letter!
Give it back, it's mine!
Yours? Who'd be writing to you?
The family gathers to look at the address. There is a broken seal on the letter. The family looks up and Harry gulps. Another owl flies by with a letter and drops it off. Inside, Vernon grabs a handful of letters and rips them up. In the closet, Harry hears a whirring noise. He looks out at Vernon drilling wood over the letterbox opening.
No more mail through this letterbox.
Outside, Vernon and Petunia appear. Vernon is about to head off to work. Petunia kisses his cheek.
Have a lovely day at the office, dear.
She stops, looks, and sees a bunch of owls.
Shoo, go on.
Inside, Vernon is tossing letters into the fireplace. Harry comes around the corner. Vernon grins evilly and tosses more in. Living family room. The family is sitting around. Harry is serving cookies.
Fine day, Sunday. In my opinion, best day of the week. Why is that, Dudley?
Dudley shrugs.
Because there's no post on Sundays?
Ah, right you are, Harry. No post on Sunday. Ha! No blessed letters today, no sir.
Harry sees a shadow outside the window. Outside, millions of owls are perched.
No, sir, not one blasted miserable.
A letter shoots out of the fireplace and zips across Vernon's face. There's a rumbling and then zillions of letters come shooting out of the fireplace.
Make it stop, please make it stop!
Ah! Go away!
Please tell me what's happening.
Harry jumps onto the coffee table to grab a letter. He gets one and starts to run away. Vernon jumps up as well.
Give me that! Give me that letter!
He chases Harry and grabs him before Harry gets into his closet.
Get off!
Ah!
They're my letters! Let go of me!
That's it! We're going away! Far away! Where they can't find us!
Daddy's gone mad, hasn't he?
A house on a rock island somewhere out at sea. The family is sleeping, with Harry on the cold dirt floor. He has drawn a birthday cake, which reads, "Happy birthday, Harry." Harry looks at Dudley's watch, which beeps 12 o'clock.
Happy birthday. Make a wish, Harry.
Suddenly, the door thumps. Harry jumps. The door thumps again, and Dudley and Harry jump up and back away. Petunia and Vernon appear, Vernon with a gun. The door bangs again and then cracks open, and a giant man appears.
Who's there? Ah!
Sorry about that.
I demand that you leave at once, sir. You are breaking and entering.
Ooh.
Hagrid comes over, grabs the gun, and bends it upwards.
Dry up, Dursley, you great prune.
Ah!
Mind, I haven't seen you since you was a baby, Harry. But you're a bit more along than I'd been expected, particularly around the middle.
I'm not Harry.
I am.
Oh, well, of course you are. Got something for you. Afraid I might have sat on it at some point. Imagine it'll taste fine just the same. Baked it myself.
Thank you.
It's not every day that your young man turns 11 now, is it?
Hagrid sits down on the couch, takes out an umbrella, and points it at the empty fire. Poof, poof. 2 sparks fly out and the fire starts. The family gapes.
Excuse me. Who are you?
Rubius Hagrid, keeper of keys and grounds at Hogwarts. Of course, you'll know all about Hogwarts.
Sorry, no.
No? Blimey, Harry, didn't you ever wonder where your mom and dad learned it all?
Learned what?
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
A wizard. A thumping good one at that, I'd wager, once you train up a little.
No, you've made a mistake. I can't be a wizard. I mean, I'm just Harry. Just Harry.
Well, just Harry, did you ever make anything happen? Anything you couldn't explain when you were angry or scared? Aha!
Hagrid hands Harry the same letter that has been sent the past while. Harry opens it.
Dear Mr. Potter, we are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
He'll not be going. We swore when we took him in we'd put an end to this rubbish.
You knew. You knew all along and you never told me.
Of course we knew. How could you not be? My perfect sister being who she was. Oh, and Mother and Father were so proud the day she got her letter. We have a witch in the family, isn't it wonderful? Only I was the one to see her for what she was. A freak. And then she met that Potter, and then she had you. And I knew you'd be just the same, just as strange, just as abnormal. And then, if you please, she went and got herself blown up, and we got landed with you.
Blown up? You told me my parents died in a car crash.
A car crash? Car crash killed Lily and James Potter.
We had to tell him something.
It's an outrage, a scandal.
He'll not be going.
And I suppose the great muggle like yourself is going to stop him, are ya?
Muggle?
Non-magic folk. This boy's had his name down ever since he was born. He's going to the greatest, finest school of witchcraft and wizardry in the world, and he'll be under the greatest headmaster Hogwarts has ever seen. Albus Dumbledore.
I will not pay to have some crackpot old fool teach him magic tricks.
Never insult Albus Dumbledore in front of me.
Hagrid sees Dudley eating Harry's cake and points the umbrella at his rear. A gray tail grows.
I'm appreciated if you don't tell anyone about Hogwarts about that. Strictly speaking, I'm not allowed to do magic.
Okay.
Oh, we're a bit behind schedule. Best be off, unless you'd rather stay, of course.
Harry grins, looks back, and grins again. Streets of London. Hagrid and Harry are walking.
All students must be equipped with one standard size pewter cauldron and may bring, if they desire, an owl, a cat, or a toad. Hagrid, can we find all this in London?
If you know where to go.
They go to a corner store and enter the Leaky Cauldron.
Hagrid, the usual, I presume.
No thanks, Tom. I'm on official Hogwarts business today. Just helping young Harry buy his school supplies.
Bless my soul. It's Harry Potter.
The pub goes silent. A man comes up and shakes Harry's hand.
Welcome back, Mr. Potter. Welcome back.
A witch comes up and shakes Harry's hand as well.
Doris Crawford, Mr. Potter. I can't believe I'm meeting you at last.
A man in robes with a turban on his head appears. It is Professor Quirrell.
Harry Potter. Can't tell how pleased I am to meet you.
Hello, Professor. Didn't see you there. Harry, this is Professor Quirrell. He'll be your defense against the dark arts teachers at Hogwarts.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Oh, fearfully fascinating subject. Not that you needed to, Potter.
Yes. Well, we must be going now. Lots to buy, eh?
Goodbye.
The two leave into a back room winery in front of a brick wall.
See, Harry, you're famous.
But why am I famous, Hagrid? All those people back there. How is it they know who I am?
I'm not exactly sure I'm the right person to tell you that, Harry.
He taps the brick wall clockwise with his umbrella. The blocks shift and open up to reveal a hidden, busy street.
Welcome, Harry, to Diagon Alley.
Harry grins broadly as they step into the street and walk down it. An owl screeches.
Here's where you'll get your quills and your ink, and over there your bits and bobs for doing your wizardry.
Harry is amazed as they pass by shops and owls and bats. The camera pans up on a broom store where a group of boys are crowded around a shiny broom.
But Hagrid, how am I to pay for all this? I haven't any money.
Well, there's your money, Harry. Gringotts, the wizard bank. Tain't no place safer, except perhaps Hogwarts.
Inside the bank, they walk down the shiny aisle, passing tiny creatures working.
Hagrid, what exactly are those things?
They're goblins, Harry, not stereotypes. Clever they are, come goblins, but not the most friendly of beasts. Best stick close to me. Mr. Harry Potter wishes to make a withdrawal.
The goblin looks up.
And does Mr. Potter have his key?
Oh, wait a minute, got it somewhere. A little devil. Oh, well, there's someone else where Professor Dumbledore gave me this. It's about you know what involved you know which.
Very well.
Racing down the depth caverns in a cart-like structure. The cart stops. A goblin, Griphook, clambers out.
Bolt 687. Lamp, please.
Hagrid hands him the lamp and he walks to the vaults.
Key, please.
Hagrid hands him the key and he unlocks it. The room is filled nearly top to bottom with coins. Harry is amazed.
You didn't think your mom and dad would leave you with nothing now, did ya?
They continue on through the cavern.
Vault 713.
What's in there, Hagrid?
Can't tell you, Harry. It's Hogwarts business. Very secret.
Stand back.
He slides his finger down the door. Clank, clank. The vault opens to expose a small white stone package. Hagrid hurries in and scoops it up. The eerie light it was shining with disappears.
Best not to mention this to anyone, Hetty.
Harry nods. Outside in the street, walking.
I still need a wand.
A wand. Well, you'll want Ollivander's. No place better. Run along there, but just wait. I got one more thing to do. Won't be long.
Harry goes into the store quietly. He looks around. There are shelves of wands, but no people.
Hello? Hello?
There's a thunk. A man appears on a ladder and looks at Harry. He smiles.
I wondered when I'd be seeing you, Mr. Potter. It seems only yesterday that your mother and father were in here buying their first wands. Here we are. Well, give it a wave.
Oh.
He waves. All the shelves come crashing down. Harry jumps and hurriedly puts the wand back on the counter.
Apparently not. Perhaps this.
Harry waves at a vase, which blows apart.
No, definitely not. No matter. I wonder.
He hands the wand to Harry. Harry glows under it.
Curious. Very curious.
Sorry, but what's curious?
I remember every wand I've ever sold, Mr. Potter. It just so happens that the phoenix whose tail feather resides in your wand gave one other feather. Just one. It is curious that you should be destined for this one when his brother gave you that scar.
And who owned that wand?
Oh, we do not speak his name. The one chooses the wizard, Mr. Potter. It's not always clear why, but I think it is clear that we can expect great things from you. After all, he who must not be named did great things. Terrible, yes, but great.
He hands Harry the wand. There is a knock on the window.
Harry, happy birthday.
He has a snowy owl in a cage which hoots.
Wow.
Later, eating supper. The two, Hagrid and Harry, are at a long table eating soup.
You all right, Harry? You seem very quiet.
He killed my parents, didn't he? The one who gave me this. You know, Hagrid, I know you do.
Fine. First, understand this, Harry, because it's very important. Not all wizards are good. Some of them go bad. A few years ago, there was one wizard who went as bad as you can go. And his name was...
Maybe if you wrote it down.
No, I can't spell it. All right. His name was Voldemort.
Voldemort?
Harry looks around. A flashback ensues, consisting of a cloaked man walking toward a house, breaking in with his wand and proceeding to terrorize. Hagrid narrates.
It was dark times, Harry, dark times. Voldemort started to gather around some followers, brought them over to the dark side. Anyone that stood up to him ended up dead. Your parents fought against him, but nobody lived once you decided to kill him.
Harry's mother, Lily, screams as she is killed by Voldemort's wand.
Nobody. Not one. Except you.
Close up of baby Harry.
Sorry. Me. Voldemort tried to kill me.
Yes, that ain't no ordinary cut on your forehead, Harry. A mark like that only comes from being touched by a curse. And an evil curse at that, as opposed to them good ones.
It's a lot to tell an 11-year-old. What happened to who?
Some say he died. Codswallop, in my opinion. Nope. I reckon he's out there, still too tired to go on. But one thing's absolutely certain. Something about you stumped him that night. That's why you're famous. That's why everyone knows your name. You're the boy who lived.
London train station. Up on a crossing bridge, Harry with Cart and Owl walk beside Hagrid. A couple look at Hagrid.
What are you looking at? Blimey, is that the time? Sorry, Harry. I'm going to have to leave you. Dumbledore will be wanting his... he'll be wanting to see me. Now, your train leaves in 10 minutes. Here's your ticket. Stick to it. Harry, it's very important. Stick to your ticket.
Harry looks at his golden ticket.
Platform 9 3/4. But Hagrid, there must be some mistake. This says platform 9 3/4. There's no such thing. Is there?
Harry looks up and Hagrid has vanished.
Great.
Harry is walking down lane between trains. A man rushes by.
Sorry.
Harry sees a train master.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Right on your left, ma'am.
Excuse me, sir. Could you tell me how to get where I might find platform 9 3/4?
9 3/4? Think you're being funny, do ya?
A woman, daughter, and 4 boys walk by, pushing carts.
It's the same year after year, always packed with muggles, of course.
Muggles?
Come on, platform 9 3/4 this way. All right, Percy, you first.
A tall boy with red hair comes forward and runs toward a brick wall. Amazingly, he disappears right into it. Harry is amazed.
Fred, you next.
He's not Fred, I am. Honestly, woman, you call yourself our mother.
Oh, I'm sorry, George.
I'm only joking. I am, Fred.
He runs through the wall and is followed by his twin brother. Harry shakes his head in disbelief.
Excuse me. Could you tell me how to...
How to get onto the platform? Yes, not to worry, dear. It's Ron's first time to Hogwarts as well.
Pan to a red-haired boy who smiles.
Now, all you've got to do is walk straight at the wall between platforms 9 and 10. Best to do it at a bit of run if you're nervous.
Good luck.
Harry takes a breath and runs at the wall. He shuts his eyes and emerges on the other side. A magnificent station with a red train and bundles of people. A whistle blows and Harry sighs with relief. The train is traveling through unknown country. Pan to inside compartment where Harry is sitting. The red-headed boy, Ron, appears, dirt on his nose.
Excuse me. Do you mind? Everywhere else is full.
Not at all.
I'm Ron, by the way. Ron Weasley.
Harry Potter.
Ron goes agape.
Oh my God! So it's true? I mean, do you really have the
The what?
the scar?
Yeah, obviously.
Wicked.
A trolley comes by the compartment, full of sweets.
Anything off the trolley, dears?
No thanks. I'm all set.
We'll take the lot.
Oh, holy shit.
Eating bundles of sweets. Ron's rat, Scabbers, is perched on Ron's knee, a box over its head.
30 bots, every flavor beans.
They mean every flavor. There's chocolate and peppermint, and there's also spinach, liver, and tripe. George swears he got a bogey-flavored one once.
Harry quickly takes the bean he was chewing out of his mouth.
These aren't real chocolate frogs, are they?
No, it's only a spell. Besides, it's the cards you want. Each pack's got a famous witch or wizard. I've got about 500 myself.
Ribbit.
The frog jumps onto the window and climbs up, then leaps out the window, disappearing.
Aw, that's rotten luck. They've only got one good jump in them to begin with.
Hey, I got Dumbledore, except unfortunately not really. I got whoever the hell that is.
I've got about 6 of him.
Hey, he's gone.
Well, you can't expect him to hang around all day, can you? This is Scabbers, by the way. Pitiful, isn't he?
Just a little bit.
Fred gave me a spell to turn him yellow. Want to see?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Son.
A girl, Hermione Granger, with bushy brown hair, appears at the doorway.
Has anyone seen a toad? A boy named Neville's lost one.
No.
Oh, are you doing magic? Let's see then.
Sunshine daisies, bottom mallow, turn the stupid fat rat yellow.
Zap! Nothing happens. Ron shrugs.
Are you sure that's a real spell? Well, it's not very good, is it? Of course, I've only tried a few simple spells myself, and they've all worked for me. For example,
Hermione goes over and sits across from Harry. He points her hand at his glasses, and Harry tenses.
Oculus Reparo.
The glasses, which noseband is battered, are repaired. Harry takes them off, amazed.
That's better, isn't it? Holy cricket, you're Harry Potter. I'm Hermione Granger, and you are?
Ron Weasley.
Pleasure. You two better change into your robes. I expect we'll be arriving soon.
She gets up and leaves, then comes back to look at Ron.
You've got dirt on your nose, by the way. Did you know? Just there.
Ron scratches his nose, embarrassed. Darkness. The train blows its whistle and pulls into an outdoor station. Hagrid walks along the side aisle with a lantern. People begin pouring out of the train.
Right then, first years, this way, please. Come on now, don't be shy. Come on now, hurry up.
Harry and Ron walk up to Hagrid.
Hello, Harry.
Hey, Hagrid.
Whoa.
Right then, this way to the boats. Come now, follow me.
A number of boats are plugging across a vast lake, where up ahead a huge castle can be seen. People are in awe.
Wicked.
On a higher level, Professor McGonagall is waiting. She wraps her fingers on a stone railing, then goes to the top of the stairs to greet the newcomers.
Welcome to Hogwarts. Now, in a few moments, you'll pass through these doors and join your classmates. But before you can take your seats, you must be sorted into your houses. There are Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin. Now, while you're here, your house will be like your family. Your triumphs will earn your house points. Any rule breaking, and you will lose points. At the end of the year, the house with the most points is awarded the House Cup.
Neville Longbottom, a scared-looking boy, spots his toad sitting near McGonagall. He jumps forward.
Trevor! Sorry.
The sorting ceremony will begin momentarily.
Draco Malfoy, a slicked-back, evil-looking boy, speaks up.
Did someone say Draco Malfoy? It's true then. What they're saying on the train. Harry Potter has come to Hogwarts. This is Crabbe and Goyle. I'm Malfoy. Draco Malfoy. Think my name's funny, do you?
Kind of.
No need to ask about yours. Red hair and a hand-me-down robe. You must be a Weasley. We'll soon find that some wizarding families are better than others. Potter, don't want to go making friends with the wrong sort. I can help you there.
Think I can tell the wrong sort for myself, thanks.
Draco glares. McGonagall returns and smacks him on the shoulder with a paper. He retreats with one last glare.
We're ready for you now.
She leads everyone through 2 large doors and into the Great Hall, where there are 4 long tables with many kids, as well as floating candles. The roof appears to be the sky.
Not real, the ceiling. It's just bewitched to look like the night sky. I read about it in Hogwarts history.
All right, will you two wait along here, please? Now, before we begin, Professor Dumbledore would like to say a few words.
Dumbledore rises from the main table.
I have a few term notices I wish to announce. The first years, please note that the Dark Forest is strictly forbidden to all students. Also, our caretaker, Mr. Filch, has asked me to remind you that the 3rd floor corridor on the right-hand side is out of bounds to everyone who does not wish to die a most painful death. Thank you.
When I call your name, you will come forth. I shall place the sorting hat on your head, and you'll be sorted in your houses. Hermione Granger.
Oh no. Okay, relax.
Mental, that one, I'm telling you.
Harry nods in agreement.
Ah, right then. Right. Okay, Gryffindor.
Hermione jumps off with a smile.
Draco Malfoy.
Draco saunters up proudly. The tattered hat nearly freaks before touching down on Draco's head.
Ah, Slytherin!
There isn't a witch or wizard who went bad who wasn't in Slytherin.
Susan Bones.
A small redhead goes up. Harry looks around and spots a black-haired, pale teacher, Severus Snape, looking at him. His scar hurts.
Harry, what is it?
Nothing, not foreshadowing at all. I'm fine.
Let's see. I knew Hufflepuff.
Ronald Weasley.
Ron gulps and walks up. He sits down and the hat is put on.
Ah, another Weasley, eh? I know just where to put you. Gryffindor.
Thank God.
Harry Potter.
Everything goes silent. Harry walks up and sits down.
Difficult, very difficult. Plenty of courage, I see. Not a bad mind either. There's talent, oh yes, and a thirst to prove yourself. But where to put you?
Not Slytherin. Oh my God. Not that one.
Not Slytherin, eh? Are you sure? You could be great, you know, It's all here in your head. And Slytherin will help you on your way to greatness. There's no doubt about that. No? Well,
No, it's Slytherin.
if you're sure, then I guess it better be Gryffindor!
Fuck yeah!
There is an immense cheering, and Harry goes to the Gryffindor table. Fred and George are also there and cheer.
We've got Potter! We've got Potter!
Harry sits down.
Your attention, please.
Let the feast begin.
Food magically appears on all the tables, and the hall is filled with awe and chatter.
Wow.
Draco looks at all the food, raises his eyebrows, and digs in. Ron stuffs his face. Seamus Finnegan, a tiny boy, speaks.
Seamus, you're muted.
Oh, hey. I'm half and half. My dad's a muggle, mum's a witch. Bit of a nasty shock for him when he found out.
Neville laughs. Harry is sitting next to Percy. He leans over.
Say, Percy, who's that teacher talking to Professor Quell?
Oh, that's Professor Snape, head of Slytherin House.
What's he teach?
Potions. But everyone knows it's the dark arts he fancies. He's been after Quirrell's job for years.
Ron, having just finished a chicken wing, reaches into the bowl for more, and a ghostly head, Sir Nicholas, pops out.
Nah.
Hello, how are you? Welcome to Gryffindor.
Numerous ghosts come pouring from the walls, sailing along.
Look, it's, look, it's the Bloody Baron.
Hello, Sir Nicholas. Have a nice summer.
Dismal. Once again, my request to join the Headless Hunt has been denied.
Wait a second, I know you. You're nearly Headless Nick.
I prefer Sir Nicholas, if you don't mind.
Nearly headless? How can you be nearly headless?
Like this.
Grabs his head and pulls it to one side. His head is hanging on by just a thread.
Oh,
Percy is leading the Gryffindors to the staircases.
Gryffindor, follow me, please. Keep up, thank you.
Ravenclaw, follow
This
me.
is the most direct path to the dormitories. Owen, keep an eye on the staircases. They like to change.
The camera pans up and we see a vast amount of staircases, people walking on them, and some switching place.
Keep up, please, and follow me. Quickly now, come on.
Seamus, that picture's moving.
Look at that one, Harry.
Think she fancies you?
Oh, look, who's that girl?
Welcome to Hogwarts.
Who's that?
Approaching the Gryffindor dorms, they come up to a large painting of a large woman in a pink dress.
Password?
Caput Draconis.
The woman nods and the painting opens to reveal a gape in the wall.
Follow me, everyone. Keep up quickly, come on.
Oh, wow.
Gather around here. Gryffindor common room. Boys' dormitories upstairs have already been brought up.
Midnight. Harry is sitting by a window in his PJs with his owl head wig. He pets the owl and looks out the window, sighing with content. Morning. Harry and Ron are running through the stone halls to their class. They rush in. In the class, a tabby cat is sitting on a desk.
Oh, amazing. Can you imagine the look on McGonagall's face if we were late?
The cat jumps off the desk and turns into Professor McGonagall. The two boys are amazed.
That was bloody brilliant.
Thank you for your assessment, Mr. Weasley. Maybe if I were to transfigure Mr. Potter and yourself into a pocket watch, maybe one of you would be on time.
I mean, you guys gave literally no tour and the staircases changed, so there's no map. Understandably, we got lost. We're 11.
Then perhaps a map. I trust you don't need one to find your seats.
Snape's potions class. The students are chattering, sitting near steaming cauldrons. The door slams open and Snape comes rushing in.
There will be no foolish wand waving or silly incantations in this class. As such, I don't expect many of you to enjoy the subtle science and exact art that is potion making. However, for those select few who possess the predisposition, I can teach you how to bewitch the mind and snare its senses. I can tell you how to bottle fame, brew glory, and even put a stopper in death. Then again, maybe some of you have come to Hogwarts in possession of abilities so formidable that you feel confident enough to not pay attention.
Hermione nudges Harry in the ribs. He looks up.
Mr. Potter, our new celebrity. Tell me, what would I get if I added powdered root of asphodel to an infusion of wormwood? Do you not know? Well, let's try again. Where, Mr. Potter, would you look if I asked you to find me a bezoar?
I don't know, sir.
And what is the difference between monkshood and wolfbane?
I don't know, sir.
Pity. Clearly, fame isn't everything, is it, Mr. Potter?
In the Great Hall, probably midday, the students are all working on homework. Seamus is trying a spell on a cup.
Eye of rabbit, hairstring home, turn this water into rum. Eye of rabbit, hairstring home.
What's Seamus trying to do to that glass of water?
Turn it into rum. Actually managed to make a weak tea yesterday before.
Zapoof! The cup explodes. There is laughter amongst the students. Suddenly, a flock of owls start coming into the hall and from the rafters above.
Ah, mail's here.
The owls soar by, dropping parcels to students. Harry gets nothing. He sees the newspaper Ron has put down.
Can I borrow this? Thanks.
Neville is unwrapping a gift. It is a clear ball with gold around it.
Hey, look, Neville's got a remember ball.
I've read about those. When the smoke turns red, it means you've forgotten something.
The only problem is, I can't remember what I've forgotten.
Hey, Ron, something
Roads.
thoughts. Listen, believed to be the work of dark witches or wizards unknown, Gringotts goblins, while acknowledging the breach, insists that nothing was taken. The vault in question, number 713, had in fact been emptied earlier that same day. It's odd. It's the vault Hagrid and I went to.
Outside, flying practice. The students, Gryffindor and Slytherin, are lined up in 2 rows with brooms by their sides. The teacher, Madame Hooch, comes down the line. She has short hair and hawk yellow eyes.
Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, Madam Hooch.
How you doing?
Good afternoon, Amanda. Good afternoon. Welcome to your first flying lesson. Now, what are you waiting for? Everyone step up to the left side of their broomstick. Come on now, hurry up. Stick your right hand over the broom and say up.
Up.
Harry's broom flies into his hand.
Whoa.
Up.
With feeling.
Up, 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 up.
Up. Ow. Shut the fuck up, Harry.
Language. Now, once you've got a hold of your broom, I want you to mount it and grip it tight. You don't want to be sliding off the end. When I blow my whistle, that I definitely have, I want each of you to kick off from the ground, hard. Keep your broom steady, hover for a moment, and then lean forward slightly and touch back down. On my whistle. 3, 2.
Neville immediately lifts off. He looks quite frightened.
Oh!
Mr. Longbottom!
Neville, what are you doing?
Neville!
Neville!
What the hell?
We're not supposed to take off yet.
Mr. Longbottom! Mr. Longbottom! Mr. Longbottom!
Down! Oh!
Neville!
Help!
Come back down this instant!
Oh!
He soars through the sky and hits a wall, conking along it and then swooping off. All the while, he is screaming.
Oh! Help!
Zoom back towards the group of students. Hooch holds out her wand to stop him.
Help!
Mr. Longbottom!
Neville approaches. The students scatter and Hooch dives out of the way. Neville goes through the scatter and up a tower.
Ah! Whoa! Ah!
He zooms past the statue of a man with a sharp spear. Neville's cloak catches on it. He is flipped off the broom and hangs there.
Oh! Oh, help, please!
He wavers, and then the cloak rips. He falls, catching on a torch, but then slipping out and falling to the ground.
Oh!
Everyone out of the way! Come on, get up.
You all right?
Oh! Oh! Ow!
Oh dear, it's a broken wrist. Good boy. Come on now, up you get.
Draco reaches down and grabs Neville's Rememberall, which has fallen. Hooch begins to lead Neville away with her.
Everyone's to keep their feet firmly on the ground while I take Mr. Longbottom to the hospital wing. Understand? If I see a single broom in the air, the one riding it will find themselves out of Hogwarts before they can say Quidditch.
Did you see his face? Maybe if that fat lump had given up this a squeeze, he'd have remembered not to fall on his fat ass.
Malfoy.
No, I think I'll leave it somewhere for Longbottom to find.
He hops on the broom and soars around the group and then through.
How about up on the roof?
He soars off and hovers high in the sky.
What's the matter, Potter? Bit beyond your reach?
Harry grabs his broom and runs to get on it. Hermione stops him.
Harry, no, you heard what Madam Hooch said. Besides, you don't even know how to fly.
Harry flies off.
What an idiot.
Harry is now in the air, across from Draco.
Give it here, Malfoy, or I'll knock you off your broom.
Is that so?
Harry makes a dash for him, but Draco twirls around his broom in a 360.
But your way then?
He throws the Rememberall into the air. Harry zooms after the ball, speeding towards a tower. Just as he is about to hit a window from which McGonagall is working and watching, he catches it and then heads back to the group. The students all cheer and run to see him.
Good job, Harry. Oh, that was wicked, Harry.
Harry Potter, follow me.
Harry sullenly follows her. Draco and his goons laugh. Professor Quirrell's classroom. He is inside teaching, holding an iguana.
An iguana such as this?
McGonagall approaches the class and stops Harry.
Excuse me, Professor Quirrell. Could I borrow wood for a moment?
Oh, yes, of course.
A boy, Oliver Wood, gets up to leave and Quirrell continues.
And the vampire bat.
Potter, this is Oliver Wood. Wood, I found you a seeker.
Harry and Ron are walking through crowded halls. Sir Nicholas and a lady ghost float by.
You heard Harry Potter's the new Gryffindor Seeker. I always knew he'd do well.
Seeker? But first years never make the house teams. You must be the youngest Quidditch player in...
Century, according to McGonagall.
Fred and George approach and walk along with Ron and Harry.
Hey, well done, Harry. Woods just told us.
Fred and George are on the team too. Beaters.
Our job is to make sure that you don't get bloodied up too bad. Can't make any promises, of course. Rough game, Quidditch. Brutal. But no one's died in years. Someone will vanish occasionally.
They break off from Harry and Ron, who walk across the courtyard.
But they'll turn up in a month or two.
Oh, go on, Harry. Quidditch is great. Best game there is. And you'll be great too.
Hermione jumps up from her work and comes to join them.
I've never even played Quidditch. What if I make a fool of myself?
You won't make a fool of yourself. It's in your blood.
The three approach a trophy case. Hermione points at a plaque of Quidditch players. One lists Harry's father as a seeker.
Whoa, Harry, you never told me your father was a seeker too.
I didn't know.
The three are walking up a staircase. A railing pulls in. Hermione looks, but continues walking.
I'm telling you, it's spooky. She knows more about you than you do.
Who doesn't?
The staircase shudders and begins to move. The three grab the railings.
Ah!
What's happening?
The staircase has changed, remember?
The staircase stops in a new place.
Let's go this way.
Before the staircase moves again.
They all open a door and walk into a spooky dark room.
Does anyone feel like we shouldn't be here?
Not supposed to be here. This is the 3rd floor. It's forbidden.
Suddenly, a flame lights on a tall stone support. At that moment, the caretaker's cat, Mrs. Norris, comes running in and meows. The group jumps.
Let's go.
It's Filch's cat.
Run!
The group runs. Flames are lit as they go. They get to the end of the corridor, to a door. Harry grabs the handle, but it's locked.
It's locked. Sorry.
That's it. We're done for.
I'll move over. Alohomora. Get in.
Alohomora.
Standard Book of Spells, Chapter 7.
Nerd.
Filch appears at the start of the corridor with a light. Mrs. Norris looks at him.
Anyone here, my sweet? Meow. Come on.
Filch is gone.
Probably thinks this door's locked.
It was locked.
And for good reason.
Ron and Hermione turn to stand with Harry. There is a massively huge 3-headed dog sleeping in front of them. The dog, Fluffy, begins to wake. It growls, yawns, and growls more, noticing the intruders.
Ah!
The three bolts running out of the door. They turn quickly to shut the door and battle against the dog. They get the door shut and run. Back in the Gryffindor room, they are breathless.
What do you think they're doing? Keeping a thing like that locked up in a school.
You don't use your eyes, do you? Didn't you see what it was standing on?
I wasn't looking at its feet. I was a bit preoccupied with its heads. Or maybe you didn't notice. There were 3.
They begin to climb the stairs to the dorms.
It was standing on a trap door, which means it wasn't there by accident. It's guarding something.
Guarding something?
That's right. Now, if you two don't mind, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed. Or worse, expelled.
She turns and leaves, shutting the door to her dorm.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
Harry nods. Outside, daytime. Oliver and Harry appear, carrying a trunk. They put it down.
Quidditch is easy enough to understand. Each team has 7 players, 3 chasers, 2 beaters, 1 keeper, and a seeker. That's you. There are 3 kinds of balls. This one's called the quaffle. Now, the chasers handle the quaffle and try to put it through one of those 3 hoops. The keeper, that's me, we defend the hoops. With me so far?
I think so. What are those?
Whew, okay. You better take this.
He hands Harry a small bat. He bends down and releases one ball. With an angry growl, it flies off in the air. The 2 boys watch it.
Careful now, it's coming back.
The ball comes whizzing down and Harry cracks at it with the bat. The ball soars off through the statue.
Hey, not bad, Potter. You'd make a fair beater. Uh-oh.
The ball zooms down and Oliver grabs it, wriggling to get it back in the box. He succeeds and is out of breath.
Bludger, nasty little buggers, but the only ball I want you to worry about is this, the golden snitch.
I like this ball.
Ah, you like it now. Just wait, it's wicked fast and damn near impossible to see.
What do I do with it?
You catch it before the other team's seeker. You catch this, the game is over. You catch this, Potter, and we win.
The ball flutters out 2 delicate wings and jumps into the air. Harry keeps an eye on it.
Whoa.
Professor Flitwick's class. The teacher is very short and is standing on a bunch of books.
We forgot a Flitwick. Maddie B. Flitwick.
One of a wizard's most rudimentary skills is levitation and the ability to make objects fly. Do you all have your feathers? Good. Now, don't forget the nice wrist movement we've been practicing. Swish and flick. Everyone? Swish and flick. Good. And enunciate. Wingardium Leviosa. Off you go then.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Stop. You're going to take someone's eye out. Besides, you're saying it wrong. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Well, pardon me. You do it then if you're so clever. Go on.
Hermione straightens up and swishes her wand.
Wingardium Leviosa.
The feather glows and lifts up. Ron puts his head on his books dejectedly.
Oh, well done. See here, everyone. Miss Granger's done it. Oh, splendid.
Seamus begins swishing at his feather.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Levioso.
Boom! Seamus' feather explodes. Flitwick gasps.
Oh.
Think we're going to need another feather over here, Professor.
Most definitely.
Neville, Harry, Ron, and Seamus are walking through a courtyard with other students all around.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Honestly, she's a nightmare. No wonder she hasn't got any friends.
Hermione bustles past, sniffling.
She heard you.
Night in the Great Hall. It is Halloween. Everyone is eating candy and jack-o'-lanterns are keeping the place lit. There is chatter.
Where's Hermione?
Alvaradi Patil said she wouldn't come out of the girls' bathroom. She said that she'd been in there all afternoon, crying.
Ron and Harry exchange glances. Suddenly, Professor Quirrell comes flying in the room, screaming.
Drow! In the dungeon! Troll in the dungeon! I thought you ought to know.
The room is silent, and then everyone freaks, screaming and running.
Oh my god!
Holy shit.
Please, not panic. Now, prefects will lead their houses back to the dormitories. Teachers will follow me to the dungeons.
Hufflepuff, this way. Stay together.
Snape looks aghast, and he disappears through a doorway. Percy is leading the house down a hall.
Gryffindors, keep up, please, and stay alert.
How could a troll get in?
Not by itself. Trolls are really stupid. Probably people playing jokes.
Suddenly, Harry stops and pulls Ron aside.
What?
Hermione! She doesn't know.
Oh, shit.
2 run off down corridors. They start running down a hall when they stop because there is a grunting noise. Harry pulls Ron into a doorway and a large, ugly troll thunks by into a room.
What are the odds? It's going into the girls' bathroom.
In the bathroom, Hermione emerges from a stall, wiping her eyes. She stops when she sees something. The troll is standing there. Hermione backs up into the stall just as the troll raises its club and smashes the top part of the stalls. Hermione screams. Harry and Ron come bursting in.
Hermione, move!
The troll smashes the remaining stalls. The boys start throwing wood pieces at the troll.
Hey, pea-brain!
Ron throws wood and hits the troll in the head. Hermione escapes from the stalls to under a sink, but the troll sees her and goes to smash her. It cracks the sink and barely misses Hermione. Harry cringes.
Help!
Harry gets out his wand. He runs forward and grabs the troll's club and is lifted up.
Ah!
He lands on the troll's head and is hurled forward and then back, and his wand goes up the troll's nose.
Ugh.
The troll snorts and whips around.
Ah!
The troll gets Harry off its head and is holding him by one leg upside down. It gears up its club and swipes at Harry. He pulls himself up and then down. The troll swipes again.
Do something!
What?
Anything! Hurry up!
Ron grabs his wand. Under the sink, Hermione waves her hand.
Swish and flick.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Flick. The club is lifted out of the troll's hand and hovers above his head. The troll looks up, confused, just as the club comes crashing down.
Cool.
It hits the troll's head and the troll wavers, then drops Harry, who crawls away and comes crashing down hard. Hermione approaches carefully.
Is it dead?
I don't think so. Just knocked out.
He grabs his wand, which is covered in goo.
Ugh, troll bogies.
Suddenly, McGonagall, Snape, and Quirrell come rushing in. They all gasp.
Oh my goodness. Explain yourselves, both of you.
Well,
what it is.
It's my fault, Professor McGonagall.
The teachers and Ron and Harry gape.
Miss Granger.
I went looking for the troll. I'd read about them and thought I could handle it, which I don't know why I didn't just say I went to the bathroom. But I was wrong. If Harry and Ron hadn't come and found me, I'd probably be dead.
Be that as it may, it was an extremely foolish thing to do.
Harry looks at Snape's leg, which has a large cut on it. Snape notices and covers it up, glaring at Harry.
I would have expected more rational behavior on your part, Miss Granger. 5 points will be taken from Gryffindor for your serious lack of judgment. As for you two gentlemen, I just hope you realize how fortunate you are. Not many students can take on a full-grown mountain troll and live to tell the tale. 5 points will be awarded to each of you for sheer dumb luck.
Snape and McGonagall exit.
Perhaps you ought to go. Might wake up.
Exit Ron and Harry and Hermione. The troll roars. The next morning in the Great Hall, the gang is sitting, eating. Harry is twirling his food on a fork.
Take a bit of toast, mate. Go on.
Ron's right, Harry. You're going to need your strength today.
Not hungry.
Snape appears.
Good luck today, Potter. Then again, now that you've proven yourself against the troll, a little game of Quidditch should be easy work for you. Even if it's against Slytherin.
He leaves, limping.
That explains the blood.
Blood?
Listen, last night, I'm guessing Snape let the troll in as a diversion so he could try and get past that 3-headed dog. But he got himself bitten. That's why he's limping.
But why would anyone go near that dog?
The day I was at Gringotts, Hagrid took something out of one of the vaults. He said it was Hogwarts business, very secret.
So you're saying?
That's what the dog's guarding. That's what Snape wants.
An owl screeches. It is Hedwig. She is carrying a very large, long parcel. She drops it off.
Bit early for mail, isn't it?
But I never get mail. What could this broomstick-shaped package be?
Let's open it.
They open it.
Oh my god, it's a broomstick.
Who could have guessed?
No one saw this coming.
Not just any broomstick, Harry. It's a Nimbus 2000.
But who? In the book, there was a note that we weren't even supposed to open this at the table.
He sees Professor McGonagall up at the head table, stroking Hedwig. She smiles, and Harry nods. Inside a Quidditch tower, the Gryffindor team is marching towards the starting gate. They reach it and stop behind a closed double door.
Scared, Harry?
A little bit.
That's all right. I felt the same way before my first game.
What happened?
I don't really remember. I took a bludger to the head 2 minutes in, woke up in the hospital a week later.
Thanks for that.
Harry gulps and looks straight ahead as the doors open. They mount their brooms and zoom out onto the enormous pitch. There is cheering. The commentator, Lee Jordan, is talking from a tower.
Hello and welcome to Hogwarts' first Quidditch game of the season. Today's game, Slytherin versus Gryffindor!
Cheering. Close up of Gryffindor students. They're cheering.
Gryffindor!
The players take their positions in the air in a circle. Harry weaves in, highest amongst. He looks down.
The players take their positions as Madam Hooch steps out onto the field to begin the game. Now, I want a nice, clean game from all of you.
She looks at Slytherin. She kicks the trunk, and the bludgers zoom out.
The bludgers are up, followed by the golden snitch. Remember, the snitch is worth 150 points. The seeker who catches the snitch ends the game.
The snitch zooms around each seeker's head and then disappears. Hooch grabs the quaffle.
The quaffle is released. Let the game begins.
Gryffindor takes possession of the ball, and a chaser, Angelina Johnson, zooms past Slytherins towards their goal and throws the ball and scores. There is a ding.
Angelina Johnson scores 10 points for Gryffindor.
He presses a button and 10 shows up behind a plaque with Gryffindor's name.
Yes.
Harry in the air claps.
Yes.
A bludger zooms by him.
Whoa. Oh my God.
In the stands, Gryffindor cheers.
Woo!
Well done.
Slytherin takes possession of the quaffle. Bletchley passes to Captain Marcus Flint. Flint dodges past.
Flint dodges people and throws for the Gryffindor hoops. Oliver appears and whacks the ball away with his broom. He smirks at Flint, who glares. Johnson and Katie Bell pass the quaffle back and forth as they strategize to score. Johnson takes it, throws, and once again scores.
Yay!
Yes. Yep. Good job.
Yay!
Yay!
I wonder what
The
Lee has.
Slytherins decide to get messy. They dodge, kick, and try to score. Once again, Oliver blocks.
Give me that!
He grabs the beater's bat from one and whacks a bludger right at Oliver. It hits Oliver in the stomach and he falls to the ground.
Boo!
Harry is visibly upset. Slytherin laughs. The Slytherin members head off. One jumps over George, or Fred, and scores. Harry is upset again. Slytherin cheers.
Take that side!
They box Johnson in and send her into the capes, covering one of the towers. She falls down and is out. The crowd boos. Slytherin scores once again. Suddenly, Harry sees the snitch. He starts to head off after it, and then his broom starts bucking and turning.
Whoa!
What's going on with Harry's broomstick?
Hermione looks through binoculars at Harry, then at Snape, who is muttering something.
It's Snape. He's jinxing the broom.
Jinxing the broom? What do we do?
Leave it to me.
She hand-drawn her binoculars and leaves. Harry is knocked around, then falls, dangling by one arm from the broom.
Come on, Hermione.
Hermione is hurrying up the tower. She appears underneath Snape and touches his cloak with her wand.
Arcanum inflammare.
A spark ignites and Snape's cloak catches fire. Hermione leaves.
Fire! Fire! You're on fire!
What? Oh.
He knocks the man back, who falls into Quirrell, who then also falls. Snape bats out the fire and acts as though nothing happened. The broom stops bucking and Harry climbs back on. The Slytherin seeker is after the snitch. Harry takes off.
Go!
Go, go, go.
Harry rams the Slytherin seeker and then is butted out. He returns, smashing the seeker again as the snitch dives. The boys follow, but then they approach the ground quickly. The Slytherin seeker backs out and Harry pulls up his broom as he follows the snitch, feet above the ground. Harry stands up and steps forward, trying to grab the ball. He goes too far and topples off the broom with a yelp, tumbling onto the ground. He gets up and lurches. The crowd gasps. Hermione appears beside a tower to see.
Looks like he's gonna be sick.
Harry lurches and the snitch pops out of his mouth. It lands on his hands.
He's got the snitch! Harry Potter receives 150 points for catching the snitch. Gryffindor wins!
Yay!
No.
Yes.
Woo!
Harry raises the snitch into the air and the crowd and his team cheer.
Go Gryffindor. Go Gryffindor. Go Gryffindor. Go Gryffindor.
Harry, Hermione, and Ron are walking along a path with Hagrid talking.
Nonsense. Why would Snape put a curse on Harry's broom?
Who knows? Why was he trying to get past that three-headed dog on Halloween?
Who told you about Fluffy?
Fluffy.
That thing has a name.
Well, of course he's got a name. He's mine. I bought him after an Irish feller we met down in the pub. Then I lent him to Dumbledore to guard the...
Yes?
Shouldn't have said that. Don't ask any more questions. That's top secret. That is.
But Hagrid, whatever Fluffy's guarding, Snape's trying to steal it.
Codswallop. Professor Snape's a Hogwarts teacher.
Hogwarts teacher or not, I know a curse when I see one. I've read all about them. You have to keep eye contact, and Snape wasn't blinking.
Exactly.
Exactly. She's 11, so clearly she knows everything.
Read all the books.
All the books.
Now, you listen to me, all three of you. You're meddling in things that you not ought to be meddling in. It's dangerous. What that dog is guarding is strictly between Professor Dumbledore and Nicholas Flamel.
Nicholas Flamel.
I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. I should not have said that.
Nicholas Flamel. Who's Nicholas Flamel?
I don't know, though I definitely should.
I mean, it's literally a real person that there's American children's books about, so it's kind of weird, but...
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
Christmas. The camera pans up to a snowy castle, then to Hagrid, who is bringing in a large tree. Inside the Great Hall, students are leaving and ghosts are singing. Hermione approaches the empty tables, wheeling a cart. She goes to Ron and Harry, who are playing chess.
Knight to E5.
A piece moves across the board. Ron thinks for a minute.
Queen to E5.
A queen walks over to E5 and clinks the knight away.
That's totally barbaric.
That's wizard's chess. I see you've packed.
See, you haven't.
Change of plans. My parents decided to go to Romania to visit my brother Charlie. He's studying dragons there.
Good. You can help Harry then. He's going to go to the library for information on Nicholas Flamel.
We've looked 100 times, dear God.
Not in the restricted section. Happy Christmas.
I think we've had a bad influence on her.
Christmas morning. Hedwig is perched in the boys' room, and Harry is asleep in bed.
Harry, wake up! Come on, Harry, wake up!
Harry gets up and runs to a balcony overlooking the common room, where Ron is standing next to a tree. He is wearing a sweater with an R on it.
Happy Christmas, Harry.
Happy Christmas, Ron. What are you wearing?
Oh, Mum made it for me. Looks like you've got one too.
We've got presents.
Yeah.
Oh.
Harry runs down the stairs.
There they are.
Ron sits on a couch arm and eats jelly beans as Harry picks up a silver-wrapped package. Harry takes out the card.
Your father left this in my possession before he died. It is time it was returned to you because you're 11, so that makes sense. Use it well.
Harry opens the present. It is a cloak.
What is it?
Some kind of cloak.
Well, let's see then. Put it on.
Harry puts the cloak on, and all of him disappears except for his head.
Whoa.
My body's gone.
I know what that is. That's an invisibility cloak.
I'm invisible?
Yeah, no shit. They're really rare. I wonder who gave it to you.
No idea. There's no name. It just said use it well. I can't imagine that foreshadows anything.
Late at night, a lantern and hand appear, but nothing else. The ensemble walk through the dark library into the restricted section. The lamp is put down and the cloak is removed. Harry appears.
Famous fire eaters, 15th century friends, Flamel, Nicholas Flamel, where the hell you at?
Harry picks up a book and opens it. A man's face appears. Harry slams the book shut and puts it back.
Who's there?
Harry whips around, grabbing his cloak. The lamp falls and shatters.
I know you're in there. You can't hide.
Harry puts on his cloak and creeps around Filch.
Who is it? Show yourself.
Harry runs from the room, breathing heavily. He gets into the hall where Mrs. Norris is. The cat meows and begins to follow him. Harry runs around a corner just as Snape and Quirrell appear. Snape pushes Quirrell into a wall.
Severus, I thought...
You don't want me as your enemy, Quirrell.
What do you mean?
You know perfectly well what I mean.
Snape senses something. Harry stops breathing. Snape reaches out to grab something, but doesn't. He whips his finger back in front of Quirrell's face.
We'll have another chat soon, when you've had time to decide where your loyalties lie.
Filch appears, carrying the broken lamp.
Oh, professors, I found this in the restricted section. It's still hot. That means there's a student out of bed.
They all dart off. A door opens and closes. On the other side, there is a vast, empty room that has a large mirror in the center. Harry appears and walks over to the mirror. In it, he sees two people appear.
Mom?
The woman nods and smiles.
Dad?
He nods and smiles. Harry reaches out to touch them, but only gets the mirror. Then, as his mother puts his hand on his shoulder, he puts his own hand on his own shoulder, as if trying to feel her there. The boys' room. Harry comes whipping in, invisible.
Ron, you've really got to see this. Ron, you've got to see this. Ron, come on, get out of bed.
Oh, fucking why?
There's something you've got to see. Now, come on.
Back in the mirror room, Harry and Ron appear as if magically, and Harry runs to the mirror.
Come on, look, it's my parents.
I only see me.
Look at it properly. Go on, stand there. You see them, don't you? That's my dad.
That's me. I'm head boy, and I'm holding the Quidditch cup, and oh, bloody hell, I'm Quidditch captain too. I look good. Harry, do you think this mirror shows the future?
How can it? Both my parents are dead.
Harry smiles sadly. Another night. Harry is sitting in front of the mirror. Dumbledore appears behind him.
Back again, Harry. I see that you, like so many before you, have discovered the delight of the mirror of Erised. I trust by now you realize what it does. Let me give you a clue. The happiest man on earth would look into the mirror and see only himself, exactly how he is.
So then, it shows us what we want. Whatever we want.
Yes and no. It shows us nothing more or less than the deepest, most desperate desires of our hearts. Now you, who have never known your family, you see them standing beside you. But remember this, Harry, this mirror gives us neither knowledge or truth. Men have wasted away in front of it, even gone mad. That is why tomorrow it will be moved to a new home. And I must ask you to not go looking for it again. It does not do to dwell on dreams, Harry, and forget to live.
Harry looks back at the mirror. Daytime. It is all snowy. Harry is out on the main courtyard bundled up with Hedwig on his arm. He stops and she lifts off, soaring away into the sky. When she returns, it is springtime. In the library, Harry and Ron are seated, reading. Hermione comes up with a huge book. She thumps it on the table. Harry jumps.
I had you looking in the wrong section. How could I be so stupid? I checked this out a few weeks ago for a bit of light reading.
This is light?
Of course. Here it is. Nicholas Flamel is the only known maker of the Philosopher's Stone.
The what?
I'm sure it's not Sorcerer's Stone.
No, we're British.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, don't you two read? The Philosopher's Stone is a legendary substance with astonishing powers. It will turn any metal into pure gold and produces the elixir of life, which will make the drinker immortal.
Immortal?
It means you never die.
I know what it means.
Shut up.
The only known stone is currently in existence belongs to Mr. Nicholas Flamel, the noted alchemist who last year celebrated his 665th birthday. That's what Fluffy's guarding on the 3rd floor. That's what's under the trap door. The Philosopher's Stone.
They all look at each other.
Or the Sorcerer's Stone if you're stupid.
They really didn't think Americans knew how to use any kind of Google or anything.
No, they're stupid.
It's also just like a real thing from history.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
Weird. It's a weird choice they made. All right.
Nighttime. Hermione, Ron, and Harry are running across the wet ground to Hagrid's hut. They knock on the door and it opens.
Hagrid!
Oh, hello. Sorry. Don't wish to be rude, but I'm no fit to entertain today.
We know about
the Philosopher's Stone.
The Sorcerer's Stone, both of them really.
They're the same thing.
But we don't
They all come into Hagrid's small hut.
We think Snape's trying to steal it.
Snape, blimey, Harry, you're not still on about him, are you?
Hagrid, we know he's after the stone. We just don't know why.
Snape is one of the teachers protecting the stone. He's not about to steal it.
What?
You heard right. Now, come on now, I'm a bit preoccupied today.
Wait a minute.
Ron and a big black boarhound, Fang, meet. Fang sniffs Ron.
One of the teachers.
Of course. There are other things defending the stone, aren't there? Spells, enchantments.
That's right. Waste of bloody time if you ask me.
Hermione looks at Ron, who is being sniffed in the face by Fang. Ron shuffles away.
No one gonna get past Fluffy. Not a soul knows how, except for me and Dumbledore. Boy, I shouldn't have told you that. I shouldn't have told you that.
A cauldron over fire begins to rattle.
Oh, 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 oh.
You want us to give you a moment? You could.
Hagrid hurries over and grabs something. He puts an egg on the table. The group crowds around.
Hagrid, what exactly is that?
That's
I know what that is. But Hagrid, how did you get one?
I won it off a stranger I met down at the pub. Seemed quite glad to be rid of it, as a matter of fact.
The egg rattles and cracks. Pieces fly off as a dragon emerges. It squeaks and slips on an egg piece.
Is that a dragon?
That's not just a dragon. That's a Norwegian ridgeback. My brother Charlie works with these in Romania.
Isn't he beautiful? Oh, bless him. Oh, he knows his mummy. Hello, Norbert.
The dragon squeaks as it looks at Hagrid.
Norbert.
Oh, he's got to have a name, doesn't he? Don't you, Norbert? Don't you, Norbert?
Norbert backs away, hiccups, and blows a fireball of fire into Hagrid's beard.
Oh, well, have to be trained up a bit.
Norbert hiccups. Hagrid sees someone looking in the window.
Who's that?
The person scampers away.
Malfoy, Jesus Christ, get a hobby.
Oh dear.
The three are walking back through a corridor. An owl screeches.
Hagrid always wanted a dragon. He told me so the first time I met him.
It's crazy. And worse, Malfoy knows, that fucker.
I don't understand. Is that bad?
It's bad.
They stop as McGonagall in her nightgown appears.
Good evening.
Malfoy appears smugly beside her. McGonagall's classroom. The three accused are standing in front of McGonagall's desk, while Malfoy is feet away smirking.
Nothing, I repeat, nothing gives a student the right to walk about the school at night. Therefore, your punishment for your actions, 50 points will be taken.
50?
Each. And to ensure it doesn't happen again, all 4 of you will receive detention.
Malfoy nods, then his smile vanishes.
Excuse me, Professor. Perhaps I heard you wrong. I thought you said the 4 of us.
No, you heard me correctly, Mr. Malfoy. You see, as honourable as your intentions were, you too were out of bed after hours. You will serve detention with your classmates.
Harry, Ron, and Hermione grin, and Draco sags. Outside at night, the 4 students are being led to Hagrid's hut by Mr. Filch.
A pity they let the old punishments die. There was a time detention would find you hanging by your thumbs in the dungeons. God, I miss the screaming.
Draco gulps and Hermione rushes by.
You'll be serving detention with Hagrid tonight. He's got a little job to do inside the dark forest.
Hagrid appears with a crossbow. He sniffles.
A sorry lot, this, Hagrid. Oh, good God, man, you're not still on about that bloody dragon, are ya?
Norbert's gone. Dumbledore sent him off to Romania to live in a colony. Because, you know, we got a plot hole to, like, clean up here. It's like the size of a... the whole thing lost in there.
Yeah.
And you also live in a house made of wood. Well, that's good, isn't it? He'll be with his own kind.
Yeah, but what if he doesn't like Romania? What if the other dragons are mean to him? He's only a baby after all.
Oh, for God's sake, pull yourself together, man. You're going into the forest after all. Got to have your wits about you.
The forest? I thought that was a joke. We can't go in there. Students aren't allowed, and there are werewolves, gay people.
There's more than gays in those trees, lads. There's trans people too. You can be sure of that.
There's Jews, there's disabled people. I've heard there's Irish and Scottish.
Disgusting. I can't go in there.
Nighty night.
Right. Let's go.
In the forest, the group walks along a path to a tree. Hagrid stops, bends down, and dips his fingers in a silver puddle. He pulls out his fingers and rubs them together. A silver trail smears with his fingers.
Hagrid, what's that?
What we're here for. See that? That's unicorn blood, that is. I found one dead a few weeks ago. Now this one's been injured bad by something.
Harry suddenly sees a large cloaked figure walking through the trees. He looks at Hagrid.
So it's our job to find the poor beast. Ron, Hermione, you come with me.
Okay.
And Harry, you'll go with Malfoy.
Draco grimaces and Harry nods.
Okay, then I get Fang.
Fine. Just so you know, he's a bloody coward and he's not very good at diffusing sexual tension.
Fang whines. Harry and Draco are walking through the forest. Fang leading. Draco has the lamp.
You wait till my father hears about this. This is servant stuff.
I mean, it's pretty weird. Dumbledore kind of said this first thing, but if I didn't know better, Draco, I'd say you were scared.
Scared, Potter? Did you hear that? Come on, Fang. Scared.
The group approaches the flat ground with gnarled roots all over. Fang stops and then growls.
What is it, Fang?
Up ahead, a cloaked figure is crouched over a dead unicorn, drinking its blood. The figure raises its head, silver blood dripping from its mouth. Harry gasps and grabs his scar, which is hurting. He runs away with Fang. Harry is left by himself. The figure slides over the unicorn and rises erect. It advances towards Harry, who backs up but trips. He crawls backward. Suddenly, there is the sound of hoofbeats. A figure leaps over Harry and lands near the cloaked figure. It is a silver centaur, Fearen's. It rears and the cloaked figure retreats, flying away.
Harry Potter, you must leave. There are known too many creatures here. The forest is not safe at this time, especially for you.
What was that thing you saved me from?
A monstrous creature. It is a terrible crime to slay a unicorn. Drinking the blood of a unicorn will keep you alive, even if you are an inch from death, but at a terrible price. You have slain something so pure that the moment the blood touches your lips, you will have a half-life, a cursed life.
Who would choose such a life?
Can you think of no one?
Do you mean to say that the thing that killed the unicorn, that was drinking its blood, that was Voldemort?
Do you know what is hidden in the school at this very moment?
The Philosopher's Stone.
Suddenly, a dog, Fang, barks. Harry looks up and sees Hagrid, Hermione, Ron, and Draco appear.
Harry!
Hello there, friends. I see you've met our young Mr. Potter. You all right there, Harry?
Harry Potter, this is where I leave you. You're safe now. Good luck.
Close up on the dead unicorn.
Damn.
Gryffindor common room. Right after attack, the group is around the fire. Hermione and Ron are seated, but Harry stands.
You mean you know who's out there right now in the forest?
But he's weak. He's living off the unicorns. Don't you see? We had it wrong. Snape doesn't want the stone for himself. He wants the stone for Voldemort. With the elixir of life, Voldemort will be strong again. He'll come back.
But if he comes back, you don't think he'll try to kill you, do you?
I think if he had the chance, he might have tried to kill me tonight.
And to think, I've been worrying about my potions final.
Hang on a minute, we're forgetting one thing. Who's the one wizard Voldemort always feared?
Literally no one.
Yeah. Dumbledore, though, guys. Remember, Dumbledore. As long as Dumbledore's around, you're safe. As long as Dumbledore's around, you can't be touched.
Great. Fantastic.
Sometime later, in the outdoor courtyard, the three are walking.
I've always heard Hogwarts end-of-the-year exams were frightful, but I found that rather enjoyable.
Speak for yourself. All right there, Harry?
A scar, it keeps burning. That's like so not normal for scars, right?
It's happened before. It's fine.
Yes.
Perhaps you should see the nurse.
I think it's a warning. It means danger's coming. Ah!
He rubs the scar and then sees Hagrid across the field at his hut.
Oh, of course.
He runs for the hut.
What is it?
Don't you think it's a bit odd that what Hagrid wants more than anything is a dragon, and then a stranger shows up who just happens to have one?
They approach Hagrid, who is playing the Harry Potter theme on his flute.
I mean, how many people wander about with dragon eggs in their pockets? Why didn't I see it before? Hagrid, who gave you the egg?
Hagrid stops playing.
What did he look like?
I don't know. I never saw his face. He kept his hood up.
The stranger, though. You and he must have had talked.
Well, he wanted to know what sort of creatures I looked after. I told him, I said, after Fluffy, a dragon's going to be no problem.
And did he seem interested in Fluffy?
Well, of course he was interested in Fluffy. How often do you come across a three-headed dog, even if you're in the trade? But I told him, I said, the trick with any beasts know how to calm him. Just take Fluffy, for example. Just play him a bit of music and he falls right to sleep. He likes
The
Lizzo.
three gape.
I shouldn't have told you that.
The three take off.
Wait, where are you going? I have a mixtape.
McGonagall's classroom. The three come tearing in and run up the aisles between the desks. They pass a ghost and stop at the desk.
We have to see Professor Dumbledore immediately.
I'm afraid Professor Dumbledore is not here. He received an urgent hour from the Ministry of Magic and left immediately for London.
He's gone? Now? But it's important. It's about the Philosopher's Stone.
Did you know?
Someone's going to try and steal it.
I don't know how you three found out about the stone, but I can assure you it's perfectly well protected. Now, would you like to go back to your dormitories? Quietly.
They leave. After exiting McGonagall's class, they walk down the hallway.
That was no stranger Hagrid met in the village. It was Snape, which means he knows how to get past Fluffy.
And with Dumbledore gone.
Snape suddenly appears behind them.
Good afternoon. Now, what would three young Gryffindors such as yourselves be doing inside on a day like this?
We were just...
You want to be careful. People will think you're...
Harry glares madly at Snape, who looks shocked.
Uncomfortable pass. Up to something.
Now what do we do?
Go down to the trapdoor. Tonight. Dun dun dun.
Nighttime, in the Gryffindor common room. The three friends come down the stairs and begin to walk across the floor. They stop when they hear croaking.
Trevor, shut up. Go, you shouldn't be here.
Neither should you. You're sneaking out again, aren't you?
Now, Neville, listen. We were just going to save the world.
No, I won't let you. You'll get Gryffindor in trouble again. I'll fight you.
Neville, I'm really, really sorry about this. Petrificus Totalis.
Neville is frozen and falls backwards onto the ground. Hermione puts her wand back.
You're a little scary sometimes, you know that. Brilliant, but scary.
Whatever, let's go. Sorry, Neville. Really sucks.
Sorry.
For your own good, you know.
True.
The three are under the invisibility cloak, sneaking along the corridor.
Ow! You stood on my foot.
Sorry.
A flame lights. Hermione draws out her wand and points it at the door.
Alohomora.
The door opens and they go in.
Wait a minute. He's...
A blow of air and the cape flutters off them.
sleeping.
Snape's already been here. He's put a spell on the harp.
They approach the sleeping dog.
Ugh, it's got horrible breath.
You have to move its paw.
What?
Come on.
He grabs the paw which is blocking the door.
Push.
They strain and move it. They open the door.
I'll go first. Don't follow until I give you a sign. This is the sign. If something bad happens, get yourselves out. Does it seem a bit quiet?
The harp. It stopped playing.
Drool from one head comes down on Ron's shoulder.
Ugh. Yuck. Ugh.
All three kids look up and see Fluffy standing there. Fluffy barks and growls, thrashing. It breaks the harp and dives at the three.
Jump! Go!
They all jump through the trapdoor.
Ah.
He gasps as he lands on some mushy black rope-like vines.
Whoa, lucky this plant thing is here, really.
Whoa!
The plant begins to move towards them.
Ah!
The plant ties them up.
Ah!
Stop moving, both of you. This is Devil's Snare. You have to relax. If you don't, it will only kill you faster.
Kill us faster. Oh, now I can relax.
Hermione manages a smile as she is sucked down below.
Hermione!
Now what are we gonna do?
Just relax.
Are you?
Do what I say. Trust me.
Harry relaxes and is sucked through.
Ah, Harry!
Harry falls through and lands on the hard ground. Hermione goes over to him and he stands up.
Harry!
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Help!
He's not relaxing, is he?
Apparently not.
Help! Help me!
We've got to do something.
What?
I remember reading something in herbology.
Ah, help!
Devil's Snare, Devil's Snare.
Mmm.
It's deadly fun, but will sulk in the sun. That's it. The Devil's Snare hates sunlight. Luma Solem.
A beam of light shoots out. The snare shrieks and recoils. Ron follows below.
Ah,
Ron, are you okay?
yeah, I'm good, yeah.
Okay.
Whew. Huh. Lucky we didn't panic.
Lucky Hermione pays attention in herbology.
There is a sound.
What is that?
I don't know. Sounds like wings, because I guess we're like skipping the potions thing from the book.
They enter into a room filled with golden birds.
Curious. I've never seen birds like these.
They're not birds. They're keys. And I'll bet one of them fits that door.
They come upon a broomstick suspended in the air.
What's this all about?
I don't know. Strange.
Ron creeps over to the door and takes out his wand.
Hello, Hamara. Oh, it was worth a shot.
Ugh. What are we going to do? There must be 1,000 keys up there.
We're looking for a big old-fashioned one, probably rusty like the handle.
There! I see it! The one with the broken wing!
What's wrong, Harry?
It's too simple.
Oh, go on, Harry. If Snape can catch that on that old broomstick, you can. You're the youngest seeker in a century.
That's true.
Harry nods and grabs the broom. All the keys suddenly go in one direction, right at Harry. He climbs on, swiping at them.
Oh, God.
This complicates things a bit.
Harry pushes off into the air. He flies off after the key. The others follow him. Harry grabs the key.
Catch the key!
He zooms by and throws the key to Hermione, who catches it and heads for the lock while Harry distracts the other keys. Hermione puts it in the lock.
Hurry up!
The door opens and Hermione and Ron rush through, followed by Harry. They shut the door just as the keys slam up against it. They enter a dark room with broken pieces all around.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Where are we? A graveyard?
This is no graveyard. It's a chessboard.
He walks out onto the marble board and flames light, illuminating the board and giant players. Harry and Hermione come up with him.
There's the door.
They walk across the board towards the door. Suddenly, as they reach a line of pawns, the pawns bring up their swords. The three jump up and back.
Now what do we do?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? We've got to play our way across the room. All right, Harry, you take the bishop's square. Hermione, you'll be the queenside castle. As for me, I'll be a knight.
They all take their places.
What happens now?
Well, white moves first, and then we play.
A pawn on the other side moves forward. Ron studies the game.
Ron, You don't suppose this is going to be like real wizard's chess, do you?
You there, D5.
A black pawn moves forward, diagonal to the white pawn. The white pawn raises its sword and smashes the black one. The three jump.
Yes, Hermione. I think this is going to be exactly like wizard's chess.
The game continues. Pieces smash each other. Boom, boom.
Castle to E4. Smash. Pawn to C3. Smash, boom.
The queen turns and smashes a piece. Harry, Ron, and Hermione wins. The queen turns again. Both Ron and Harry study the game.
Wait a minute.
You understand right, Harry. Once I make my move, the queen will take me. Then you'll be free to check the king.
No. Ron, no!
What is it?
He's going to sacrifice himself.
No, Ron, you can't. There must be another way.
Do you want to stop Snape or not? Harry, it's you that has to go on. I know it. Not me, not Hermione, you. All right. Knight to H3.
Ron's horse moves forward, slides, and stops.
Check.
The queen turns and advances. Ron breathes faster, clutching the steel reins. The queen stops. Smash! Ron goes flying off the horse and lands on the floor, unconscious.
Ron!
Hermione starts walking to him.
No! Don't move. Don't forget. We're still playing.
Hermione moves back. Harry walks the diagonal in front of the king.
Checkmate.
The king's sword falls onto the ground. Victory. Harry breathes out, and then the two run to Ron. They bend beside him.
Take care of Ron. Then go to the Owlery. Send a message to Dumbledore. Ron's right. I have to go on.
Don't know why I'm not going on with you, but okay. You'll be okay, Harry. You're a great wizard, you really are.
Not as good as you. You don't even need to say the next line because that's it.
Just... Books and cleverness, so much more important. But I guess friendship and bravery are also important. Harry, just be careful. I know I'm not there to do the whole potion thing with you because I know we really skipped that for some reason.
J.K. Rowling really said girls can be cool but not as cool as boys, but you are the boy.
No, I'm much cooler than you. I got it.
All right. All right, I'll see you later.
Yeah, I'll see you later. You got this.
Bye. See you later. Bye.
We'll fight Snape.
Okay, thank you so much. Here we go.
Harry nods and stands, walking away. Harry walks down a long staircase to an empty room with pillars around it. The mirror of Erised is in the middle of the room, and a man is standing before it. It is Quirrell. Harry yelps and grabs his scar.
You.
Quirrell turns around.
No, it can't be. Snape. He was the one.
Yes, he does seem the type, doesn't he? Next to me, who would suspect poor stuttering Professor Quirrell?
J.K. Rowling is so ableist. But that day, during the Quidditch match, Snape tried to kill me.
No, dear boy. I tried to kill you. And trust me, if Snape's cloak hadn't caught on fire and broken my eye contact, I would have succeeded. You bet your damn life. Literally. Even with Snape's muttering his little counter curse.
Snape was trying to save me?
I knew you were a danger right from the off, especially after Halloween.
Then you let the troll in?
Very good, Potter. Snape, unfortunately, wasn't fooled. While everyone else was running to the dungeon, he went to the 3rd floor to head me off. He, of course, never trusted me again. He rarely left me alone.
Quirrell turns back to the mirror and Harry's scar hurts.
One moment, I've forgotten my place. But he doesn't understand. I'm never alone. Never. Now what does this mirror do? I see what I desire. I see myself holding the stone. But how do I get it? Use the boy! Come here, Potter. Now.
Harry walks forward shakily.
Tell me, What do you see?
Harry looks in the mirror. He sees himself. His mirror self brings his hand to his pocket and takes out a red stone. The mirror self winks and puts the stone back. Very subtly, Harry reaches to his pocket. There is a lump. He gasps.
What is it? What do you see?
Somebody else who's not transphobic wrote these books. Also, I'm shaking hands with Dumbledore. I've won the House Cup.
He lies. Tell the truth. What do you see? Let me speak to him. Master, you are not strong enough. I have strength enough for this.
Quirrell unwraps his turban, and on the side opposite his face, another face is planted. It is Voldemort, who appears kind of like a snake. He stretches out and faces Harry via the mirror.
Harry Potter, we meet again.
Voldemort?
Yes, you see what I have become. See what I must do to survive. Live off of another. A mere parasite. Unicorn blood can sustain me, but it cannot give me a body of my own. But there is something that can. Something that conveniently enough, in fact, lies in your pocket.
Harry turns and runs.
Stop him!
Quirrell snaps his fingers and fire erupts all around the room. Harry is stuck.
Don't be a fool! Why suffer a horrific death when you can join me and live?
Never!
Bravery! Your parents had it too. Tell me, Harry, would you like to see your mother and father again? Together, we can bring them back.
In the mirror, Harry's parents' faces appear.
All I ask is for something in return. You get it, right?
Harry takes the stone from his pocket.
That's it, Harry. There's no good and evil. There's only power. And those too weak to seek it. Together, we'll do extraordinary things. Just give me the fucking stone.
Mother and father vanish.
You liar!
Kill him!
Quirrell soars into the air and smashes into Harry, one hand on Harry's throat. They fall on the steps. The stone falls out of Harry's reach as Quirrell chokes him. Harry strains and squeaks. Suddenly, Harry puts his hand on Quirrell's, trying to get him off. Smoke furls from under his hand. He backs up. His hand is crumbling into a mountain of black ash.
What is this magic?
Hand dissipates.
Fool, get the stone!
Quirrell walks forward, but Harry puts both his hands on his face.
Ah!
Quirrell backs up, then his face, which is horrendously burned, crumbles as he walks forward. His whole body is ash. He falls to the floor. Harry gasps. He looks at his own hands, then hurries over to the stone. He picks it up and sighs when he hears something. Turning, Harry sees a dust cloud with Voldemort's face. The cloud rushes forward right through Harry. Voldemort flies away. Harry falls to the ground unconscious. He holds the stone in an outstretched hand. The hospital wing. Harry is bandaged, lying in bed. He awakens, puts on his glasses, and sits up. There are cards and candy all over. Dumbledore approaches him.
Good afternoon, Harry. Ah, tokens from your admirers.
Admirers?
What happened down in the dungeons between you and Professor Quirrell is a complete secret. So, naturally, the whole school knows. Ah, I see your friend Ronald has saved you the trouble of opening your chocolate frogs.
Ron, was he here? Is he all right? What about Hermione?
Fine. They're both just fine.
But what happened to the stone?
Relax, dear boy. The stone has been destroyed. My friend Nicholas and I had a little chat and agreed it was best all around.
But Flamel, he'll die, won't he?
He has enough elixir to set his affairs in order, but yes, he will die.
How was it I got the stone, sir? 1 minute I was staring in the mirror, and the next.
Ah, you see, only a person who wanted to find the stone, find it but not use it, would be able to get it. That is one of my more brilliant ideas. And between you and me, that's saying something.
Does that mean, with the stone gone, that Voldemort can never come back?
I'm afraid there are ways in which he can return. Harry, do you know why Professor Quirrell couldn't bear to have you touch him? It was because of your mother. She sacrificed herself for you, and that kind of act leaves a mark. No, this kind of mark cannot be seen. It lives in your very skin.
What is it?
Love, Harry. Love. Bertie Bott's every flavor beans. I was most unfortunate in my youth to come across a vomit-flavored one, and since then I have lost my liking for them. But I think I should be safe with a nice toffee. Alas, earwax.
Harry approaches a room where up on a stairwell balcony, Hermione and Ron are talking. They stop when they see Harry and lean over the railing.
All right there, Ron.
All right. You?
All right, Hermione.
Never better.
Let's never discuss this trauma again.
No, but this
No,
bonded us
never.
forever.
Great.
In the Great Hall, all students are seated and green banners with snakes in them are around the ceiling. Dumbledore at the head table nods to McGonagall. She dings her glass and the chatter stops. Dumbledore rises.
Another year gone, and now, as I understand it, the House Cup needs awarding, and the points stand thus. In fourth place, Gryffindor with 312 points. In third place, Hufflepuff with 352 points. In second place, Ravenclaw with 426 points. And in first place, with 472 points, Slytherin House.
There is immense cheering.
Nice one, mate.
Yes, well done, Slytherin, well done, Slytherin. However, recent events must be taken into account, and I have a few last-minute points to award. To Miss Hermione Granger, for the use of cool intellect when others were in great peril, 50 points.
Job.
Second, to Mr. Ronald Weasley, for the best played game of chess that Hogwarts has seen these many years, 50 points. And third, to Mr. Harry Potter, for pure nerve and outstanding courage, I award Gryffindor House 60 points.
We're tied with Slytherin.
And finally, it takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to your enemies, but a great deal more to stand up to your friends. I award 10 points to Neville Longbottom.
Immense cheering erupts. Neville is unbelieving and sits there while cheering gets louder. Draco is downfallen.
Assuming that my calculations are correct, I believe that a change of direction is in order. Gryffindor wins the House Cup.
Yay!
Yes.
All students stand and throw their hats into the air except Draco, who smashes his down onto the table.
Neville!
Woo!
All rub each other's hair and jump around, cheering and laughing.
Yeah, we won!
We're probably going to continue to win for years because this school is biased.
The outdoor train station. Students are walking around, getting in the train.
Come now. Hurry up. You'll be late. Train's leaving. Go on. Come on. Hurry up.
Harry hands Hedwig to a train man and walks to an open door of the train with Hermione. Hermione waves to Hagrid, who waves back. Hermione gets in the train.
Come on, Harry.
1 minute.
Thought you were leaving without saying goodbye, did ya?
Hagrid takes a red album out of his coat pocket and hands it to Harry.
This is for you.
Harry opens the album and sees a picture moving of him as a baby with his parents. They are all smiling and waving. Harry smiles.
Thanks, Hagrid.
Oh, go on with you. Oh, listen, Harry, if that dolt of a cousin of yours gives you any grief, you could always threaten him with a nice pair of ears to go with that tail of his.
But Hagrid, we're not allowed to do magic outside of school. You know that.
I do, but your cousin don't he? Off you go.
Harry walks away back to the train door where Hermione and Ron are waiting.
Feels strange to be going home, doesn't it?
I'm not going home. Not really.
The train whistles and they climb aboard. As the train starts to leave and the camera pans up over the whole scene, Harry waves out the window to Hagrid, who waves back and then waves more to the other students as the camera pans far back and then the credits begin.
The end of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Good job, everybody. Thanks for being here with us on this magical evening. Yeah, fuck J.K. Rowling. Good job, everybody. Next month, Theater But Better will be doing a reading of Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. We look forward to seeing you all then. Make sure you follow Theater But Better on Instagram at Theater But Better. And we will see you guys soon. Stay magical until then. Goodbye.